Just when I thought I had posted my last video for the day, I realized that I did not show you how to divide mixed numbers. The last video showed you how to divide fractions, but just like I showed you how to multiply mixed numbers, I need to show you how to divide mixed numbers. And again, we've actually practiced this in class, so it's nothing new, and we'll be reviewing again this week coming up too. So expect to see it on Monday and Tuesday, and probably for the rest of the week. Okay, we got exams coming up, peeps. All right, so I strongly suggest, if you have not already done so, to review the other Heart Academy videos on reducing fractions, dividing and long division, and with your answers as fractions, basically doing everything without a calculator, because you don't use calculators in my classroom. Okay, other classrooms you can use calculators, mine you cannot. However, I understand that we all have our difficulties with math. You know me, I tell you flat out every day, I got a math learning disability. I have to use a multiplication chart because I cannot memorize facts and I forget things very easily, and sometimes it's very difficult for me to work out problems that are practically very simple, but you know, my brain thinks differently. But that doesn't mean I can't be your math teacher, because I am. So I'm very proud of you guys. If I can do it, I know that you can do it. And of course, I come up with those methods that I think are pretty unique to our classroom, because you know what? I've been there and done that, so I know how you feel. All right, so starting off, the first thing we need to do is change these mixed numbers into improper fractions. We have to change both of these into improper. Okay? How do we do that? Multiply the whole number times the denominator. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 2, 12, 13, 14. So again, 4 times 3 is 12, plus 2, 13, 14. Keep me the same denominator, right? I'm going to keep my division sign there for a moment. Now let's change this one over into an improper. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1, 5, right? There it is. Now, remember, when we divide fractions, we don't really divide them, we multiply them. Why? Because it's kind of redundant. Fractions and division means the same thing. So to make things simpler for us, when we divide fractions, we're really just going to multiply. How do we do that? Again, keep the first one the same. Change it to a multiplication problem. The reciprocal is what needs to go here. The reciprocal just means to flip it. So that's 5 over 2. I'm going to do not 5 over 2 again. Should be 2 over 5. Okay? 2 over 5. That's the reciprocal. It is flipped. Don't flip the first one. Always just the second one. Now, you know me. I like to do the diagonal reducing first. Looking this way and looking this way. In the interest of time and my sanity, I'm not going to go and help you through this with a multiplication chart. You should know the method by now. If not, please go back and review the other videos. All right, so I will tell you though, this is not going to reduce, neither is this. So let's just go ahead and multiply straight across. Okay? So if we multiply straight across, remember, you can still use that chart. 14 times the 2. I have my 14 times my 2. You should get 28 right here. And then 3 times 5 is 15. Okay? What's going on here? I know. Yes, I heard you. I heard you. I heard you. It is an improper fraction, so you know we need to change this to a mixed number. How do we do that? We simply divide. Another reason why, I wrote that backwards. Another reason why I've included long division Heart Academy videos for you. My 15 over 28. How many times will 15 go into 28? If you're not sure, I will do this one on the chart. Look for 15 goes into 28. 30 is right here. Remember, you can't go past the number that you need. So it has to be this. 15 will go into 28 how many times? 1. See how I did that? So I'm going to take my 1, put it here. Multiply. 1 times 15 is 15. Now we subtract, okay? So with your subtracting, I have my 28 minus my 15, right? 28 minus 15, that's going to give you 13. Sorry, things are squished up here down at the bottom. But I now have everything I need to put my mixed number together. That 1 becomes your whole number. The remainder becomes your numerator. The number on the outside of the house, still your denominator. 1 and 13 over 15th is the final answer for number 2. I'm going to go ahead and check because I am slipping with my sanity. 1 to 13 over 15. Hallelujah. All right, so let's go back over to here. And we'll do the next one. Our next one, number 2, 4 1/2 divided by 4 1/2. Multiply the whole number with a denominator. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9. Keep the same denominator. I'm going to keep the division for right now. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9. Keep the same denominator. What? These two are the same? Yes, because look, these two are the same. However, do not forget, you still need to do the reciprocal, because we don't divide fractions, we're going to multiply them, keeping the first number the same. Change it to multiplication, and flip it. Okay, I'm now going to reduce diagonally. Okay, let me first do this. As you've seen before in class and on these videos, anytime you have a number and a same number, your answer is 1. Because 1 will go into itself one time, 9 will go into itself one time, and 9 will go to itself one time. Same thing with the 2's. These will reduce to 1. So, multiply straight across. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 1 is 1. What? I have a 1 over 1, and if you remember what we have already done in class, anytime you have 1 as your denominator, just use the numerator for your answer. So my final answer should be 1. Let's go ahead and check that out. Bam, there it is, 1. Okay, so now I got one more problem to do, then hallelujah, I can go to bed. Okay, I'm so tired and thirsty because I've been talking for hours. That shouldn't be anything new, though, if you're in my classroom. You know I'm nonstop. Can't help it. All right, here we go. 2 times 3, 6, plus 1, 7. Keep the same bottom number. 4 times 5, 20, plus 1, 21. Keep the division there until I do the reciprocal. 21 over 5. Now do the reciprocal. This stays the same. I'm going to flip this one. This stays the same. Change it to multiplication. Flip the second one. Basically the reciprocal. Okay? You look diagonally to reduce. Reduce diagonally. Okay? And 7 and 21. Find the row that has the 7 and the 21. Don't find a row with the answer key because that's not what I was looking for. Okay, so I'm going to find the 7 and the 21. There we go. Now let me make it so I can write on it. Remember, skip the first row. I need a 7 and a 21. Let me write it down over here as my memory is slipping. 7 and a 21. I know it's in the 3's, but I'm going through the process so I can keep everything consistent for you, especially those that really need that extra practice with this method of reducing. Find a row that has a 7 and a 21. I have a 7, I have a 21. So my answer is going to be 1 over 3. So 1/3 is the reduction for that. So I'm going to change this 1 and 3. Interest of time, let's pretend I look for those two numbers in a row on the multiplication chart. It's just not going to happen. Okay, 3 and 5 is as small as it's going to get. Multiplying straight across, 1 times 5 is 5. 3 times 3, 3 times that 3 is 9. It is not top heavy. It is not an improper fraction, so I can keep that as my final answer. And we are done. Let's check. 5 over 9. Ta-da! Yes! I am finally complete. I can stop talking to myself on these videos. Alrighty. At least for a little while. Guys, I'm so proud of you, especially if you actually looked at all these videos, and I will see you next week. The videos will remain up, and I'll see you in class. Love you very much. Peace out.